It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the AMP Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. Now we are packed and stacked. So this is going to be grooving and going and grooving.
You changed your hat.
Yeah, because these guys were grabbing my hat.
Beige hat day, I see. Is that beige, tan?
I don't know.
Oh, natural.
It's not black.
So what is it? Lunar eclipse? Sunny eclipse?
Well, not sunny. That's all I got to tell you.
We'll talk to Judy about it later. You know, I used to call Freddie Sunshine, but he told me no, I'm an eclipse. So
I got to take my
roll off the tongue.
I got to take my Tylenol. Judy's in the house.
Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to today's brain health entertaining kind of day.
Kind of day, yes.
We've got Alex joining us from Roskamp Institute over in Tampa, and we can't talk about brain health and diseases of the brain without having our very good friend Judy Herman in the house. And of course, physical health and mental health all goes into one. And then we have our good friend Tracy McDonough joining us from Healing Moments, and Charlotte.
Tracy's now my purple person.
Tracy's always
the
in
purple
purple.
People eaters.
Tracy may save my life today because maybe I'll move my neck by the time she leaves. I was thinking of Tracy, like, things don't change. I just continue to exacerbate my situation.
I don't understand. You all week have gone downhill.
Pain.
Now you can't move your neck. Then you can't move your foot. Then you're tearing. What is wrong with you?
It's a whole state of inflammation. I don't know.
You live in the state of inflammation?
I live in a state
What's
of
the area
inflammation. I live in a state of inflammation. That was pretty good, I got to tell you.
Oh,
you're funny. What can I tell you?
I feel, ugh.
It's exactly how I feel.
You know why?
I
You don't have this.
I took mine off. I should put a new one on.
You see, the problem is you keep taking it off.
I know.
And when you take it off, you invite inflammation.
That's exactly what it is.
24 even. These
we got new ones, so new ones, new things, new happenings all around. And we've got Baxter and Josh going to send us into the weekend with some soulful music.
Look at them. My God, they're all dressed up.
But I have to tell you, girl math today, Publix. I went in for creamer. It was 2 for $7. So, of course, you have to buy two because one is like not a deal. And then the coconut milk, $2.56 you save per half gallon. So it was only $2.99. So instead of getting one, I got three. And then I needed a cart. So first of all, I have nothing. I walked to the back of Publix. I'm going to grab a creamer for Josh. And then 3 half gallons of coconut milk later and 2 creamers, I get one of these little baskets, which is not good for my shoulder. So the guy next to me says, I bet you wish you would have had a carriage, right? Yes, I do. But I was in the back by the milk, you know where the carts are? All the way in the front, outside. So there I am, like trying to figure out how I'm going to get this to the front. I left it on the counter, went and got a cart, and then I had plenty of room. Then I went to get because I saved so much money, I went to get them lunch. And then the candy was on sale for Halloween.
All right, take it easy, because you're driving me crazy.
So I went in for milk. I saved money, and it only cost me $44.
So she went in to buy
Girl math.
$7
Makes sense, right?
Milk. This is what she went to buy. Mind you, she went in to buy a milk. So you don't need a cart, because you're buying the milk, right? She never uses a cart anyway.
Correct.
She carries everything, kicks it down the aisle. You should see. It's like the funniest thing you've ever seen. Then she spends $44 on candy, more milk, things that.
Oh, and the chips were buy one, get one free.
Oh, yeah, of course, you got to get that.
So they got chips and then chicken, and then candy was $4 off, so it was a deal all the way around.
You have a lot of issues.
I went in to spend $3.50, and I saved money because I only spent $44.
Do you know girl?
That makes sense,
girl
right?
math.
Can I just tell you one point?
If you can, if you talk into your microphone.
At Publix, you can buy just one, even if it says it's 2 for $7.
And they cut the price.
They'll still give you the one for $3.50.
But then the next week when we went out, and he says, "Can I get more creamer?" I figured I was saving myself gas also.
Oh,
and
definitely.
time, right? So time is money, and gas is money. So Welcome to my business.
Now,
sense.
do you know, girl math, if me, you, and Tracy...
And Grace agrees, by the way.
Grace is like
Grace
from
is
another
like, I got
planet
it for
anyway.
free.
She guards
Frank,
Christmas trees.
Girl math.
So Frank showed me how if you and her and me, we each owe each other $20. How me having $20 will resolve the three of us.
10.
20. So you'll tell me you owe me $20 and I give you a 10. And you say, okay, and I still owe you 10, right? And you owe her $20, so you'll give her the 10, right? And you owe me $20, so you give me the 10. So far, the same $10 bill has exchanged hands 3 times. Correct?
Correct.
So then I give it to you again. Now I don't owe you nothing. And you give it to her, and you don't owe her nothing. And she gives it to me,
That's what
and she
they
don't owe me
do.
nothing. So one $10 bill can resolve $60 worth of debt.
Boy math.
This is U.S. government math.
Yeah.
And
Have you ever
was
heard
the
of that?
morning.
Sounds good to me.
But do you know, logically, it does work.
It makes perfect sense.
So I think that I'm going to call my credit card companies and lay
And
this
negotiate.
and lay this on them and says, well, you owe that whatever and same money.
100%. It's a bargain. See what happens when you hang around with me? It almost makes sense.
There is something definitely wrong with you this week.
And then I came home with a car full of groceries because I went to get Josh Creamer.
That's right. Josh, your creamer costs $44. But it's girl math, so it's okay.
It's all good. Everyone got lunch. All right, we're going to have Baxton take us out to commercial break. When we get back, we're going to have Alex joining us from Roskamp Institute. We're going to be talking about brain health, what's going on with diseases of the brain, and how we can do to help it, prevent it, and see what they've got on the horizons in research and studies. So more to come on the other side of this break. Give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A, or write in. Let us know how your weekend is planned to go. We'll be right back.
You can accomplish anything in life if you just believe in yourself.
I don't know what you just said, but okay.
Coming through ya on a dusty road. Well, good loving, I got a truck alone. And when you get it, well, you got something. Cause you don't worry, cause I'm coming.
Tell me why.
I'm a soul man. Why?
I'm a soul man.
I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. I got what I got the hard way, and I make it better each and every day. So honey, well don't you fret, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm a soul man.
Alright, tell me what you got.
I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. I was brought up on a side street. I learned how to love before I could eat. I was educated for the good stuff. And when I start loving, well, I just can't stop. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. Well, I grab the rope and I'll pull you in. I'll give you hope and be your only boyfriend. Yeah, yeah.
You want to play it? Okay, I'll try to play it. I'm not that good at harmonica, but we'll see how it goes.
I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. You're a soul man. I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. Yeah. Ooh.
Productions proudly announces Music Nights. We invite you to a 2-night concert event, November 10th and December 1st, starring J.C. Dreesen with her Salute to the Veterans. And True Rumors, the greatest Fleetwood Mac tribute band on the land. For more information and to grab your tickets, head over to events.am2.tv. That is events.am2.tv, and don't be late.
AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? AMP Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties. Open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina along with spokesman Rob. So Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone, call now.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Yeah, we're back. I love that soul man.
They do a great job.
Now, they're a little wacky.
Ready
but
to
I
go
like
into
it.
Friday?
Yes, let's go into Friday.
With some brain entertaining and learning about our brain health. Not mental health, but brain health.
I know. I took my Tylenol ready to rock and roll.
I'm really proud of you, though, for what you're doing for your physical health.
For
People
my
don't
physical-
realize how far you've come. I mean, they look at pictures and people who know you, and they know of the journey and they see the difference, but they don't see that in the morning you go out and you walk for 20 minutes after a morning show. You saw him walking, and then
You
you
saw
come
me
in,
walking?
you have some water.
Hey, that was you. I'm saying people are beeping
And then
at
you
me.
walk around and you've got this whole path and you come in, you have some more water and you do your thing. So it's not like it's been an easy journey for you for physical health. And you knew that based on numbers. There are things that happen with our brain that we don't know, right? Sometimes our loved ones see it happening in our cognition quicker than we do. But there are things to do, and there are research and studies, new medications that are coming out. And fortunately, your son is working at one of the cutting edge places for brain
Well,
health
my
and
son is the
wellness.
reason I have the rest because he tells me all these things.
Well, your
and
son
I-
is the reason that we're actually doing this.
I know,
so
but
he's
he
got a lot.
duresses me.
He duresses you?
Yes, he duresses
I think I duress you.
You know, you and him, between the two of you, I feel like a ham sandwich with no mayo.
But he and I always understand each other.
Yes, you do. You guys speak a foreign language. You know, your body talks to you, and you have to interpret what it's saying. So this morning I woke up because I wasn't happy with what I did last night, even though it was delicious. And I said, I got to walk and drink water, and I'm going to do another turn. I'm going to go right by your store again. That's the new walk. It's 3,000 steps, so I'm going to try to do 6 today.
You told me you're going to do an extra lap.
an extra lap.
Which is amazing. So we're going to bring Alex over. Alex is with Ross Camp Institute, Alex Redmond. And I think Gio is standing by as her producer. So we'll see who's going to join us on set. We're going to talk about what they've been doing cutting edge. There's some new medications out, some new clinical studies, and things that are already beyond and past that we can do. So let's bring her on over.
Let's bring her over.
There she is. Hi, Alex.
Hi, thanks so much for having me on today.
Such a pleasure to meet you. You are the Director of Communications at Ross Camp.
As far as I remember, yes.
As long as she's remembering now, we're good. And what does that entail?
Well, basically, my job is to get the word out to the community of all the great things that we are doing at Ross Camp, which involves clinical studies, clinical trials, researchers. We have more than 30 researchers that are looking into the causes and to find new treatments for diseases of the brain. And we have so many different things that we're working on, but also to let people know that we are indeed a nonprofit, which means that while our research is funded by the government, we, the Ross Camp Institute, are not necessarily. So we do rely a lot on community support. And so I was brought on to kind of get that message out as well, not just about the great work that we do, but also that we really want to engage the community to support us so that we can continue doing this amazing work.
And there are some things that we know cause brain injuries, right? Like TBIs, car accidents, concussions, sports injuries, things that you know would potentially cause a traumatic brain injury. But there are things that you don't, like Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases. Are there ways to prevent that?
Well, I would say, and I know that I can speak for the two lead researchers that we have here, Dr. Mike Mullen and Dr. Fiona Crawford. They are the ones that originally discovered mutations in the amyloid gene years ago that would alert people as to if they were a candidate for early onset Alzheimer's disease. So one thing that they both agree with is that lifestyle, which you were just talking about a little bit when we came back from the break, lifestyle is the most important thing that you can do to help ward off symptoms of any types of dementia, which includes eating healthy. You know, we always hear about the Mediterranean diet. Well, that really is the best thing that you can do for yourself, but also exercise. If you walk around and you look in any diner in the US, you will see people with these huge amounts of foods on their plate. And I say the word food loosely because a lot of things that we put in our bodies that come from a box or in a bottle, really, if you can't pronounce it, it's not really a food. So I think it's really important to realize this, that whenever possible, to reach for those leafy greens and for the fresh fish that would be wild-caught fish whenever possible. And you don't need to eat as much because if you look around us as a nation, we are all quite large. And we know that there are certain precursors to Alzheimer's disease. And AFib happens to be one of those as well. People that have AFib or that don't sleep well, it does make you more prone to Alzheimer's disease and other dementias.
And I had heard Alzheimer's referred to as type 3 diabetes. I guess in part it's like the metabolic syndrome disease for your brain.
Well, I haven't actually heard that. I mean, that might just be a catchphrase with some. It's not
Correct.
a scientific phrase that I've heard. But I would say that it's probably pointing to that this is an epidemic. It is absolutely, you know, it is in this country to such a huge degree. I think that our numbers are higher. We have more than 6 million Americans, 6 million more than, are walking around with Alzheimer's disease. I mean, that should never be. And there are things that we can do. Another thing that you can do is exercise your brain. Very often, what we tend to do with people that are suffering with Alzheimer's disease as caregivers and friends is we always take people back to their comfort level. We play the old Beatles music, or depending on how old they are, you know, or things that are familiar. But both the doctors and many researchers, and there are studies that say that when you want to really help fire up those neurons in your brain, what you need to do is learn new things, challenge your brain. And I recently had that experience myself. I was asked by my boss to do a Gantt chart, which I'm sure Gio can probably elaborate on, but I'm not a technical person. I'm absolutely someone that uses the spoken word more than anything to change things in the world. And I had to learn how to do this, and I was quite proud of myself when I figured out the basics, but it added to my toolbox. So we don't want to keep reliving the past. We want to learn new things that may be a little uncomfortable, but then there's a sense of satisfaction when we do. And there are studies that say that the brain absolutely does respond favorably when we do that.
You know, it's interesting you say that, because the first thing you got to do is you got to surround yourself with people that understand exactly what you described. And that's what we have in studio today. We have long friends in here who do it mentally, they do it physically, and then they combine the two. And you have, the brain is like a muscle. So you have to give yourself an opportunity to work it out. You know how you run 10 miles, 20 miles? My son puts me on a brain treadmill every time I talk to him, because he speaks to me and he knows he's doing this on purpose. So I got to play catch up. But I love doing it because it does. It stimulates your mind. It makes you do things. Everything you see going on around us today is because this kid, when he was 14, was building stuff out of a chemistry tube. And he's always been that way. And if you know Gio, you know he's like that. So exactly what you're talking about is important. You want to eat the right abundance of food. You don't have to make it so that you're sick to your stomach because it's too much. And then you got to surround yourself with positive people that understand how this thing works. I mean, Judy's in studio, and I'm always making fun of her that when she comes, here it comes. But believe it or not, I welcome it. You know, when nobody's looking, I sort of take it to the back and try to figure out what the hell is she talking about. But it's important because you got to exercise your brain, and good habits are harder to do than bad habits, because bad habits taste good. They're not good for you. You know, you don't have to eat enough for 4 people at one time. Those are all the bad habits. The good habits, taking a walk, drinking 8 ounces of water, and walking for 30 minutes, man, I gotta tell you, it lowers your blood pressure. It does all sorts of stuff for you. And it's a simple thing to do.
What are some studies and some findings that you've come out with at Roscamp? What are some of the cutting edge things that you've all been working on?
Well, I will tell you right off the top, Alzheimer's disease is first and foremost on what we do, including Gulf War illness for our veterans, also PTSD. We also work on red tide, which truly affects us living on the Suncoast, otherwise known as the Gulf Coast here, anyone in our area, because the red tide toxins, they are a neurotoxin. They absolutely affect the brain. So we have all of these things that are going on right now. And traumatic brain injury also is a passion of Dr. Crawford's. You mentioned that in the beginning. I mean, we have so many athletes out here, and we have kids that ride horses, kids that are playing football. We know about the concussions. So those are things that we are working on right now. I will say that the research that Dr. Crawford and Dr. Mullen did more than 30 years ago were instrumental in the drugs that are now coming to market, like Leqembi, which is newly FDA approved to slow down the progression of Alzheimer's disease. But I will also add that our researchers here are absolutely passionate that these drugs must be administered correctly. I know that almost everybody in the world who has a family history or lives with or loves someone living with Alzheimer's disease is going to be desperate to try to get this drug. But there are stringent qualifications. You have to have testing done to make sure that you're not going to get any of the possible side effects that could be incredibly serious. And at Roskamp Institute, it is our mission to make sure that when we start administering this, because we recently became authorized, this will happen in 2024, that we will do it the right way, and we will make sure that the infusions are given the correct way, and that people are tested before they are given approval to do it.
And this is currently given through IV infusion, this one medication, correct?
Correct.
And my understanding is like the first approved medication to help treat Alzheimer's.
One more time.
That it's the first medication that has been authorized to treat Alzheimer's.
The second.
It's the second one, okay. And what are some other things that people can do besides going right to medication? Because this would be a progressive situation before meds. There's brain exercises. Are there some other things?
I would say the physical exercise, brain exercises, to have support, if you have a caregiver, to go for regular checkups, and to get situated with a great neurologist.
All right.
Interesting.
We're going to play some games. Is Alex going to stay with us?
Yes.
All right. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, Judy, you've got some games for us?
I do.
Judy Herman, she is the brain entertainer, Alex. So this is going to be a great introduction. And what Judy does is she goes into senior homes and different facilities to help people with brain exercises. And this is Freddie's favorite part of the week, is when Judy comes and gives him a pencil and a piece of paper and asks him to figure it out.
And then I look at her paper and I cheat and I win.
Figures it out.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. More to come on the other side. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Amp Media Productions proudly announces Music Nights. We invite you to a 2-night concert event, November 10th and December 1st, starring J.C. Dreesen with her Salute to the Veteran. And True Rumors, the greatest Fleetwood Mac tribute band on the land. For more information and to grab your tickets, head over to events.amp2.tv. That is events.amp2.tv, and don't be late.
AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties. Open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, Listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina along with spokesman Rob. So Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone, call now.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And you get up, you walk around, you do a lap, and you're back.
Yeah.
And you're back. All right, we've got some brain-entertaining exercises. Today is about exercising your brain, hoping to prevent some brain diseases, neurodegenerative diseases. We have Alex Redmond joining us from Roskamp Institute over in the Tampa area. Judy Herman is here, and Tracy McDonough and Charlotte from Healing Moments. So we're going to see, Tracy's got some fun games also to see scans so we can see what's going on in our bodies.
In a minute.
All right, Judy, what do we got?
Well, I have some fun things, and also the idea that Alex brought up of the healthy eating and following a healthy lifestyle is so important for your brain. So we want to keep our brain active and our body active as well. My thing is puzzles and word games that activate different areas of the brain, because as we get older, some of our skills are not as sharp as they used to be. So by practicing doing puzzles and word games, the skills that you're brushing up can then be translated into your activities of daily living. So in my classes and presentations, I talk about things like healthy eating, and I've been talking about the MIND diet, which is similar to the Mediterranean diet. It's a combination, and this is something that is a guideline that is for healthy eating, and it gives you the idea of the leafy greens and fresh fruits and vegetables and whole grains and fish and red wine.
I was going to say, I saw a bottle of something over there on that piece of paper.
Yeah. And you know what else is good for your brain? Dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is definitely good for your brain. And this is a math puzzle that I have where you can figure out your age by dark chocolate math. You want to try doing that?
Let's try it. I thought it was a recipe. I was going to say, let's go buy it.
Wait a minute.
Okay,
I can figure out my age by what?
By dark chocolate math.
Oh, God.
All right.
It sounds like girls' math.
It sounds like Grace
you
needs
might
to
have
come
to
out.
write this down. I don't know. I'll give you a piece of paper that you can write on the back.
All right,
of
and
if
Tony,
you
can you
like.
pass out some paper,
Yeah.
please?
So just write on the back of that, because that's another puzzle.
We're gonna
that
figure
we're
out
gonna
our
be
age
doing.
based on
Your
dark
age
chocolate
on
math.
chocolate math. Okay. First of all, just think of the number of times during the week that you'd like to have dark chocolate. More than one, less than 10.
Hold on a second. You're very complicated.
We're picking a number more than one. You're just
More
walking in
than
front.
one,
Just
less
walk in front,
than
don't worry.
10.
More than what?
More than
More
one,
than
less
one,
than 10.
less than 10.
What am I doing?
Picking
That's
a
the
number.
number of times you want to eat dark chocolate.
More than one,
A
less
day,
than 10?
a week.
a week.
Okay, multiply that number by 2. Okay? Add 5. All right? Now multiply that number by 50. 50. Okay, here comes the good part. If you've already had your birthday this year, add the number 1773. If you haven't had your birthday yet, add 1772. Now from that, subtract the 4-digit year that you were born. And if you've done the math right, you should have a 3-digit number. The first number is the number of times you want to have dark chocolate during the week. And the second two, are your age.
I did the math wrong. Not even
So
close.
did you do it?
Wow.
The system works.
Did you get it?
And that's
What am I supposed to end up with?
a 3-digit number.
Nope.
You and I, kiddo.
I got a 4-digit number.
No, 3-digit number. The first digit is the number of times you want to have dark chocolate.
Which I wrote
And
10.
10.
Less than 10.
Less than 10.
Oh, you
See,
can't
with
do
10,
10?
it's going to get you too many.
You didn't say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9,
Okay.
2.
Alex,
is
did it work for
18.
you?
Did it work?
18 and 5.
Alex, did you do it?
I have to admit, I am in the minority because I don't like dark chocolate, number one. And number two, I'm probably not a good gauge for this because I eat sweets very rarely. If I have sugar twice a month, other than a little honey in my coffee, which is 1 cup a day, not 1 cup of honey, but 1 cup of coffee a day, I really don't eat them. I'm a savory girl. So
Okay. Well,
that makes me
you can try
25.
it with something else that you like, but just theoretically, if you were
Sure.
to eat dark chocolate, how many times?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Did it work?
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
age.
There's your age and the number of times. I love
Alex, it
it.
does work.
It does.
I can't believe it. You went through all of this and it comes out with my age.
And
Did
it
you
will
do it?
come out Dawn for her age.
You're so
and-
brilliant.
Yeah.
How many times did you want to eat chocolate?
2.
I put 9. They didn't let me do 10. How many times you put chocolate?
5.
And you still didn't get it right?
No, my math isn't so good though. That's okay. Everyone else got it, so it
Well,
works
that's
for everybody.
the kind of thing. You know, we're brushing up on our math skills. We have to,
She's
you
so
know,
gentle.
remember
You're so
some kinds
gentle.
of
You can
things.
call me stupid though, and say, yeah,
Yeah.
you're dummy.
You
don't
got
know
it.
that.
No.
I got it.
What I'm here for is to create cognitive confidence. Okay? It's not really getting the answer, it's working towards the answer and having enough faith in your ability that you can take on new things. As Alex said, it's the challenge of new things that really makes your brain work a little harder. You grow those new neurons, and trying new things is just fun. So keep trying, and you'll find something that you like, and then you can pursue that. But there's all sorts of puzzles and games that are good for your brain and good for the fun of it as well.
Just for fun. And you're still going out to, here's another word search, a salad word search.
So word searches are great. I've got a salad one, and I think I've got a vegetables one as well. Word searches work your brain to read across, as we do left to right from in English, or right to left in Hebrew or Arabic, up and down, and diagonally across and up and down. So you're working your brain and you're working your eyes. So it's a good physical exercise as well. And this is a very popular game, but when you get that focus and selection ability working, it will help you when you, say, go into your closet and you're looking for a particular blouse, or you're in your spice cupboard and you're looking for the cinnamon. That kind of ability is built by doing search and select type of activities.
So yesterday they put a game together for me, and it was on Disney word search.
Okay.
And it was me and one of our producers, Jalen. It was me and then 9 of our producers and Jalen. And Jalen still won. And we still didn't figure out the word search. She knew every single answer.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still looking for the word search. We're going to give that word search to Judy, I think. Let her
Yeah.
finish it out for
That'll
us.
be fun.
How you doing over there? Good?
Yeah, I got 2.
That's good.
Yeah, well, keep doing it. I mean, it's the kind of thing that you can pick up and put down. Sometimes that's a good idea also. If you get stuck on a puzzle, put it down. Don't give up. Put it down and then come back to it with fresh eyes and a fresh brain. And sometimes the answer that you couldn't get before is right there in front of you. Right?
And I have to tell you, the other day I walked to the back of the studio 2-3 times because I knew there was something back there I needed. By the time I got back there, I didn't remember what I went back there for. Then I made a loop. I'm like, now I think I know. And and then the kids would say to me, you were going to get that from me. I'm like, yes, that's what it was. It was on I head in the direction, and then, whoop,
I've got a tip for that.
Yes.
Before what? I know this is a good one.
Everybody wants to know.
Before you get up to go into that other room or whatever, say aloud, I'm going into the kitchen to get a drink of water. Whatever it is that you're doing, say it aloud, because then you're incorporating more than one sense and you're hearing it in your mind's ear. Next time you walk into that kitchen, you will hear what it was that you had intended to do. So say it aloud. I'm a big one for.
I keep forgetting
saying-
what the hell I was supposed to do.
Yeah,
That's the problem. I
Yeah.
forget to remind myself.
you forget to remind yourself.
I got one for you. I can't remember names.
Yeah,
I remember faces, I remember people, but I can't remember names.
Yeah.
So every kid in here has a nickname. It's been like this for 8 years.
yeah.
Antonio is the A-Train. You know, Baxton is Braxton, because I don't even know what the hell his name is. I got Amazon in here. I got all sorts of names. But I do it not because, for some reason, I can associate phrases with people.
There you go. Association is a great tip for remembering names.
She's so soft and kind,
She's
isn't
so
she?
nice. I know. Instead of just telling me you've lost your mind. But this has been going on even when Gio was playing football and baseball. I did this. I taped the names, the nicknames on the kids' helmets or their jerseys because for some reason, I have this phobia. That part of my brain never got enough blood or something.
You really do have to make an effort. You know, people aren't born with the ability to remember things. You really do have to make an effort. If your method is to associate, great. I mean, some people are more visual. They make up a little, you know, kind of cartoon-ish thing about the person's name. Like if the name is Mary, then, you know, you could think of her as Mary had a little lamb and she's surrounded by lambs. Get a crazy visual, and very often that will stick in your mind as well.
Crazy visual.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, when I went to NYU, I was 16.
Uh-huh.
And when I walked in there, the first professor was Dr. Goldstein, and I called him Goldberg. He gave me a 2.5-hour lecture about how I should pronounce people's names correctly. And I went into a shell. And I gotta remember, I was 16 at NYU, and I had all these adults around me, and I thought that they knew better, and I did something wrong. Ever since then, I keep it to myself. I says, I can't remember her name, so let me make up a nickname to do it. And that's really what happened to me at NYU. I ain't even never tell you this story. But it was the fear of somebody else yelling at me for 2 hours because I called them gold, whatever.
Well, why do you remember the nickname?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking them. I don't know why. What the hell is wrong with my head? I don't know. It's a
It's
phrase.
interesting.
Right, you remember Remy, but her name's Ramin. You've got Amazon, and her name is Kennedy. Jalen, you've named her J-Lo.
I don't even know Jalen's name.
A-Trey is Antonio. Josh is still Josh, but other than that, everyone has, he's
For
just
some
Josh.
reason, I can remember John.
You know, I'm going to jump in because I wanted to say I'm one of those people that also does not remember names. And I think that it's just a mental block. And at this age, I'm not going to try to fix it. I'll do my best to remember, and I'll try to use word association. But I think there's a couple of things. One of them is we need to stop getting so worried about things that really don't matter that much in a day and age where we have to be so worried about what we call people. I think that one of the sayings that I really love is people may not remember what you said, but they will always remember the way that you make them feel. So I think that that's really important. It's about making people feel a certain way and being kind and saying nice things. And they don't care if you remember their name or not. I mean, I always tell my friends when I go out to an event, I said, if I don't introduce you to someone, stick out your hand and introduce yourself, and that way I'll get their name. So I think there's a great way to cover that up. It's a good little trick.
Great
That
tip.
always works for me. But last but not least, what I wanted to say was when we were talking about food, I will say that sugar is one of the worst things that you can do for your brain. You really need to stay away from sugar. And I have friends that are significantly older than me, and some of them are in great health, and some of them are in very poor health. And what I do notice is that my friends that are in poor health eat sugar, and we tend to do this in this country again, as if sugar is a food. It is not a food. A candy bar is not a sandwich, and a candy bar shouldn't be eaten every day. You should try not to eat it, but have 1 or 2 tiny bites. Or if you're someone like me that can't keep it in the house without eating the whole thing, like I don't know who those Haagen-Dazs things are built for, but those little containers, that's not gonna make it through the night. And if I buy 2 of them, they're not gonna make it through the night. So how do I stop that? I don't bring it in the house until the day that I wanna give myself permission to eat the whole thing. So there's ways you can do it. And I wanted to add about learning new things. Technology. During the lockdowns and the pandemic, we had the people that were most displaced because they were no longer connected were older people, and particularly people that were living with a degenerative disease, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, neurological things. Zoom came about, and there were those of us that were in management that hopped on Zoom and said, this is a great way to connect people. And the pushback was incredible until we, as leaders for connecting people, were able to make things easy. So opening an email and clicking on a link. So once people start to lose that fear of learning new technology, it will open up a whole new world to them, particularly people that are stuck in their homes or stuck at an assisted living facility or a nursing home. If that link can be opened or someone can open it for you, all of a sudden you can be a participant in either a group, a mentor situation, or maybe a caregiver support group for those that need that, or an exercise class specifically for people with neurological problems. So I think that it opens up a whole new world. So I would just say that's important to get the information out there. And to click on websites, that can help you.
I want to ask you a question. Sugar versus sweetener, like a Trivia or Splenda, which is worse, which is better?
I can't really tell you which is worse, but what I can tell you is, if you have an opportunity to eat something that tastes a certain way that is natural and comes from nature, as opposed to something that is manufactured in a lab, you should always go for the natural, because it will be far better for you, and that's when we're talking about food. So honey versus aspartame or saccharin. My mother took loads of saccharin. My mother died of cancer. My grandmother died of cancer. They grew up during the war. There was, in England, they had a product called Saxine, and then it was eventually taken off the market. In this country, unfortunately, we're the only ones that I know of in the developed world that advertises all of these things that are bad for you, and that includes medications. They don't do that in Europe. You cannot advertise medications, and we don't preach wellness. Again, going back to what Dr. Crawford and Dr. Mullen say, it's about the lifestyle. It's about eating healthy, because if you don't take care of your body, where else are you going to live? You have one life, you have one body, and when you put things in your mouth, it should be to fuel your body. And we have this battle because we know that we're going to take that little piece of chocolate or that bagel slathered with butter or the whole pizza pie. We know that we're going to feel so good and we're going to eat it. And then we ate it and then we feel kind of cruddy the rest of the day. I prefer to look at it this way. I think this is where the reward curve comes in. Eat that beautiful salad make your salad a rainbow, all these different colors. After you eat that for the next 23 hours of the day, you will feel good, instead of for the few minutes that it took you to eat that thing that you knew wasn't good for you because you were thinking about it. Should I eat that? I really don't want to. So that's just a suggestion.
I like to eat sexy food. So if you can make a salad sexy, here we go. Because, that sandwich looks pretty sexy.
And eat a rainbow. That's a great suggestion.
That's Skittles.
Because Mother Nature was very clever. She made all the things that are most nutritious the most colorful. So you think about all the red and the blue and the green vegetables. Make your plate a rainbow. and you'll be getting the kind of nutrition that you should get, because if it's white flour, white sugar, whatever, the white has been processed out. So the colorful things are more healthy to eat.
Amazing. Alex, is there a website for people to get more information on Roskam?
Absolutely. They can go to roskampinstitute.org, and that's Roskam is spelled ROSKAMP, institute.org. And they can surf around that website and find out about all of the things that we have going on right now. You know, our focus now has switched to research and to finding causes and new treatments for all of the things that we work with. So we really want to achieve our vision, which is a world without brain disease.
I gotta tell you, I went to see Gio, and because I wanted to see if red tie was a real thing. And he lives very close to where they have it, and they do the research. He says, "You want to go?" And I says, "Yes." So we go there, and it smells. I was there, I don't know, 10 minutes. My throat was killing me. And for 3 days, when I came home, we got sick. Linda and I got sick just walking on the beach. And he'll tell you, he says, be careful what you wish for, because it can hurt you a whole lot. Institute, he gave me a tour of your institute. Unbelievable place. Place is unreal. Now, you know, my son, I would think that I would know him a little bit more, but he gets lit up when he shows everything that they work on in there. And I love to show him off. I love to explain to people how everything that we've done, and you've known him 8 years, everything that we've done, he's thrown at us to get it accomplished and everything else. So a different type, not because he's my son, but because he is who he is, a different type of individual. The work that you guys are doing, which we can't talk about half of it, is fantastic. And the growth of what you guys are doing right now, somehow we have to let the world know that it's there and it's available. Same like you ladies do. They do it as well.
Alex, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So appreciate it. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, let's do some music at the top of the hour. J.C. Dreesen concert is November 10th at the Movies of Delray. Some more information on that. And True Rumors is December 1st. You can check out Roskam Institute's website and play around there, see other things you've got going on. And we're going to get you Judy's information when we get back from commercial break. And Tracy's got some fun gadgets as well. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new CareWatch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The CareWatch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, maturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now. Operators are standing by.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, so this one goes out to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. And if I was a sculptor, and again, no, or a man who makes potions on a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. I sat on the roof and kicked off the moss. Well, a few of these verses, well, they've got me quite cross. But the sun's been quite kind while I wrote this song. It's for people like you that keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting these things I do. You see, I've forgotten if they're great are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. You can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but when it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. You're in the world, yeah.
And we're back. I've noticed that I blend into this picture, so somewhere my dress ends and the picture begins. I'm not. Have you believe that? How did I do that? Not even a
I'm
thing.
not gonna say anything.
I know. I should dress more like you, monochromatic scheme.
Yeah, because you put so many things around me.
So many colors.
Oh, look at this. The cafe logo in the back is different.
See, I changed it up. Judy gave us some more puzzles, but before we get into some puzzles, I want to talk to Tracy and Charlotte about what you guys have going on here.
I love this conversation because this is my wheelhouse. So I own a holistic wellness center and been doing holistic health coaching for 30 years. So people can come to me for a lot of things, but the first primary goal is to calm the nervous system, because if you're living in fight or flight, which 90% of the population is, there's no healing happening in the body. There's no digestion, there's no rational thinking, the immune system's depressed. So the first thing I do is help to calm the nervous system. And a lot of times, what happens is people are so anxious, the incoherent brainwave states are causing so much brain disease. So you have the people that may be genetically predisposed to things like Alzheimer's and dementia, but then you just have the people that have incoherent brains, and it's creating so much incoherence in the brain that it's causing mental illness and brain disease. So a lot of the things I work with are really about taking the brain down into more calming brainwave states. Things like brain tap. The vibroacoustic therapy resets the nervous system completely. So people come in completely stressed out of their minds, all in their head, and get off that table like they're in another place. They get off like, they all get off with these smiles on their face. I work with a lot of people that are in cancer treatment, and they get off that table, and I just don't even want to talk to them because they're so peaceful and happy that I don't even want to interrupt that.
And you brought in a Healy.
Right, so I wear Healy, and Healy is a frequency device, so we know everything in the world is frequency, right? And we measure everything by frequency. And there, on this Healy, there's over 122 programs. Now, the Healy itself doesn't do anything, but the frequencies do. So it delivers frequencies, and there are 8 mental balance frequency programs, there's lymphatic programs, there's skin programs, beauty programs, wellness programs, coherence programs, bioenergetic support programs. So I work with a lot of frequencies, which are also helping to balance the frequency of the body, which helps to balance the frequency of the brain.
And the frequencies come through that device that you're wearing?
Yeah. Yeah, I also have another one. It's called Mag Healy, which is actually a Healy that you could actually put on a table, and it delivers atmosphere programs. So
do you feel the frequencies coming through you?
You would. I do, but most people don't. It's energy, right? You're holding your phone gets a signal. You don't feel the signal, but your phone rings. So it's the same idea. So you're getting these scalar waves and this delivery of frequency waves that are helping to balance the bioenergetic fields of the body. We have this energy field around us that informs our physical body. I've talked about this many times, right? How we manifest disease is energy, psychological, emotional, physical. Those are the layers. So when you can start working on things in the field before they actually become physical things.
Yeah.
So, for example, stress kills, right? Stress is an energy. Stress isn't a physical thing. So stress is the first line of defense in my center when people come in.
But is stress a physical or mental thing?
Stress is an energy, and it may affect you mentally, it may affect me physically, it may affect her psychologically
So where does it originate?
or emotionally. I'm sorry?
Where does it originate from?
Wherever stress, well, okay, so a common stress to all of us is electromagnetic fields, right? So sitting in a place that has a lot of electromagnetic devices giving off a lot of EMFs could be very stressful. What's happening is our nervous system is taking hits, and we don't feel that, but it's affecting our nervous system. So one of the other devices I have actually helps protect you from electrosmog. It's called a Tesla cube. So it gives off these waves that don't stop the EMF waves from coming, but our body is used to those waves because those are natural waves that we experience out in nature. So what happens is we put the box in a room with a lot of technology where there's a lot of electromagnetic fields where our nervous system is starting to become very agitated, and it gives off scalar waves, which are all the healing waves out in nature. And now our nervous system goes, oh, I like that. I'm going to pay attention to that wave. So it doesn't really take away the EMFs, but it's distracting. It's more healthy for the nervous system, so the nervous system is no longer under attack.
So I got people who put waves into wines and,
yeah.
foods and things of that nature.
Yeah.
How do you know that absorbing that, drinking that, eating that, how do you know if it's good for you?
Well, it depends. So the other device that I have that's a Healy has water activation programs. So one of the activation programs is a kidney program, right? So it's delivering frequencies for a healthy kidney to this water. So it's restructuring the water. And then when you drink the water is actually at the frequency, which is going to be very healing to the kidney. But obviously you have to trust the device or the person or the information that the liquid is getting, right?
So there are energies out there, and even people, even conversations we have, there's energies that transpire between it.
Yeah, ions. We give off ions.
And then sometimes we absorb, I think I absorb other people's energies. I may be using the wrong terminology, but there are times, maybe it's whether it's through stress, or they come in and they just need this whole verbal dumpage of information, and then it sits there, and then I guess I'm like this big sweeper and clean it up, so I just like take it all in, I clean it, and then I got to come see you. Is that a thing that actually happens?
Right. So I've showed you guys the frequency cone, right? So low, dense frequencies, very heavy frequencies are things like disease, illness, hate, jealousy, grief, all of that, right? The higher frequencies are gratitude, love, feeling good, right? The higher frequencies are much lighter and less dense. So two people in a room at different frequencies, somebody has to move because there's going to be an entrainment, right? Somebody has to move. And typically, it's much easier for a dense, heavy frequency to bring you down than for you to be elevated, right? So for me, for instance, I've been doing healing work for 30 years. I know how to hold my frequency, and my frequency is here. And when people get in my space or on my table, I'm not moving. So one of us has to move.
So you can control it.
I've learned how to hold my frequency. And how do I do that? I do that through breath work. I do it through meditation. I do it through creating neuroplasticity in my brain, creating new neural pathways to be strong and healthy.
Balance in your body.
To create balance.
So explain to me this, Lucy. When you meet somebody, you fall in love, everything is magical. That frequency is up very high. And then 7 years later, when you're getting divorced from the same person, that frequency hits rock bottom. So I want to know, how is it us creating frequency ourselves, or it's just what we're absorbing from one another? I mean, where does it come from?
Part of that is chemistry, right? Our brain is a pharmacy. Our brain can produce chemistry, right? We know that by the placebo effect. I can give you a sugar pill and tell you that you're taking something else, and if you believe you're taking that, your brain now produces that chemistry, right? So now we create chemistry when we meet people. The frequency is what attracts us, right? You're not going to be attracted to someone at a frequency completely different than yours, but the frequency attracts us, but then the chemistry gets involved, and the hormones get involved, and then life gets involved.
That's amazing. Do you know that if you drink water, good things happen to your body, right? First thing you should drink is 8 ounces of water in the morning. If you actually believe that that water is magical, Now there is better water. There's the ion water.
Water is magical.
There is. But I think that the magic begins with you believing what it is you're doing. Like some people love to breathe. I remember when we first had that breathing thing up at the other studio, you said to the person, I don't know how to breathe. And then it came to me.
She tells me that all the time.
It came to me, a lot of people don't know how to breathe. We only breathe on our lungs as opposed to fill. We only go like halfway into them, if that, at all. So if you believe it, it will happen.
It helps, right? So every one of our cells is like a little battery, and as we get older, the batteries deplete, right? And that's what grounding is all about, going out and getting ions from the planet. And creation is creating our own reality, creating our own ions, right? So if you believe that, you're actually creating your own reality. You're creating your own ions. Expression, I'm expressing my ions to you. Relationships are relating ions, right? We give off ions.
This is why I said we should take all the kids and go outside here in the front, make them take off their shoes and stand in the grass for 20 minutes.
Yep.
And you should do this 3 days a week.
Should do it every day.
Water.
Every day, first thing in the morning. Well, I'll tell you what, if you can do it first thing in the morning, it's so grounding, and it keeps you, it helps to keep you in balance for the day, right? That connection to nature. We are part of the planet. It just amazes me that people walk on this planet and think that we have nothing to do with it. We just happen to be like ants on top of it. We are connected to the planet. We're connected to the trees. We're connected to the ants. We're connected to everything on the planet.
My father was a farmer. And I took my father, when he was old, I took him to the hospital because his stomach wasn't feeling well. He had a stomach ache. And they took some kind of x-ray or something, and they saw that his lungs were full with the blood clots. Full. Saddle, blood clot, all across. So they put him in a hospital bed, and they told him, don't move, because they didn't know what to do with this man. He says, what are you talking about? Let's go. And fine. You feel fine. You have no pain now. So the blood clots apparently went through his body, into his heart, across his heart, and landed in his lungs. They don't know to today how my father lived. They said, your father should have died 22 years ago. And they brought in all these people from all over the world. Wow. And they wanted to know, what the hell did you do? And they did every test. Do you know my father spent his whole life in dirt? He was a farmer. He grew corn, he grew animals, everything, all the time. Feet, shoes, whatever. But he was always there. And it didn't occur to me until after I lost him that was the secret to his life. It's exactly what you're talking about. He used to say, no, I gotta go. Where are you going, Dad? I gotta go and talk to the trees. So you don't talk to the trees alone. My father used to talk to the trees all the time. He used to teach me how you can survive by eating certain leaves and not eating others.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
He lived off the land. I never knew what the hell that meant.
That's awesome.
Until I met you.
That's awesome.
Then all of a sudden, it begins to make sense. See, this is why you don't get older, you get wiser.
That's you. I know.
You know, our brain is powerful. It gives off an electrical charge. Our heart has an electromagnetic field that they've measured that can go up to 5 miles away. So the heart, having a strong mind and a strong heart, and how you do that and create coherence is with love, right? So I always tell people, I love you to the healing. I don't heal you, you do the healing, but I love you to it.
Interesting.
Very good.
And you've had another gadget with you.
So this is a BioWell. So what's interesting about BioWell is it measures this light. You know, we're light bodies, and it measures the light that comes off of your body, off of your fingers. So you put a finger in, and it sends you a little bit of a charge, which you don't feel, but your light response after all 10 fingers, will give me a picture of your bioenergetic field and what's going on in there. And where you have strong energy and less energy, and where things are getting close to the
Just by
physical.
scanning fingers?
Yeah, well, we're scanning your ions. We're biophotonic beings.
Look at him. He's like,
We're light
"Oh,
bodies.
she's gonna do this again."
No, there's a gizmo that they used to use like a magnetic field, and you would put your hand over it, and they hit a certain frequency, and it would outline exactly what she's talking about. This is going back in the day. They used to do it the other way.
It's not new medicine. Holistic wellness, frequency-specific medicine, has been around for over 100 years. It went underground, but now it's back.
I gotta tell you, real quick side story to this thing. President Biden is 84. Is that his age?
82, something like
80
that.
something. And they're all scared about him dying off to become president again. And I'm not telling you to vote for Biden. That's not the point. It's the age thing that gets to me. It's the age thing when they go, well, you an old man. I don't know. I'm just a smarter man.
Yeah.
Because what you know, I've already forgotten. And it really has a lot to do with your energy. It has to do with if you believe you're there and you stay there, you will be there. And this is one of the different things, living in Florida, which the senior community is taller. I don't like it when they call me old because it's I'd rather be old and wise than young and stupid. I'm just being honest. Just being honest.
So eloquent you are, yes.
But am I wrong? Doesn't
Well, I don't
frequency?
think people are young and stupid. I think they're young and don't have the benefit of all the experiences that older people have.
Ignorant.
We just haven't.
But ignorance is not a bliss.
It's
They
just,
don't know
we
yet.
haven't
Lack of knowledge.
experienced
They
certain
don't
things.
know
what
Lack
they
of
don't
knowledge.
know.
They don't know.
Yeah, but the bottom line here is that when you send out energy about calling somebody old, it's just as hurtful as calling them ignorant. And you don't want to be that. Your smartest side of your brain tells you, you're allowed, what is it? Your impression of me is none of my business. But I just want you to understand that frequency works the same for a 90-year-old that it does for a 20-year-old.
So we're going to come back. We've got some puzzles, some games. We're going to try this frequency machine. See where and maybe you'll do it too. Your chakras are lined up where mine are lined up.
I'd like to see yours because you're all over the place.
I've been all week. I don't know how you deal
You
with
gotta
me.
calm, and I don't
Honestly,
either.
I don't know how he's dealt with me this week, is all I can tell you. This being on the other side of 55, man, it's a roller coaster. We're going to take a commercial break, more to come. Some puzzles, some fun. Maybe our crew's got some more music for us. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Stephanie Jaffe is a world-renowned artist who creates one-of-a-kind pieces. Using a keen sense of color and composition, her vibrant collages and mosaics integrate eclectic elements such as vintage keepsakes and fine china with blown glass and fired clay to create whimsical arrangements. For more information about her work, come down to the Brooklyn Cafe TV studio or go to stephaniejaffeart.com.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing, what's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa that I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes,
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Broken Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out, thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought.
If the time comes, be ready. Learn CPR and join the nation of lifesavers. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Let's hear it. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to, dreams really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up with the clouds of fall behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why, then why can't I? Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up with the clouds of fall behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why, if happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I?
And we're back. Well, I'm back. She's doing the finger.
Camera 4 doing my fingers.
How's your finger working for you? You're not supposed to be holding an electronic device.
I don't think it makes a difference.
It does, because it changes your electronic field. Take it down. Put your thing down. I'll talk to Judy while you do that. Judy, how are you, Judy?
You want to do puzzles?
No, I know. I want to see the finger thing. Oh, you want to do a puzzle? Yeah. Give it an A train. Give it to him. Are you talking to your microphone?
This is a simple, whoa.
This doesn't look simple. This looks like a lot of fruit.
It's a lot of gourds,
What-
pumpkins, squashes, and what you want to do is count up each of the ones that are depicted at the bottom. How many of each one do you see?
In total?
Well, for each of the different types. See how you go. And it looks kind of simple, but it actually is a little more complicated. See how many you can find. And there are a couple that are just one-offs. So once you found all the ones that are at the bottom, here's what they're doing. Counted out the different gourds. They have different colors and different shapes, and so you have to pay attention to that kind of thing when you're selecting the ones that are countable. Wants me to do.
Oh, now that you said that.
Yeah. See the tendrils maybe on one side or the other side. You think you've got the numbers? If you've done that, see if you can find and isolate the ones that don't have any kind of match. That are not
A5.
paired off with anything else.
It's interesting because now that you did that, it makes me have to look at it a second time.
Exactly. And that's how you get better at it, Freddie. When you repeat the activity, your brain gets more used to doing it so that you're able to access that skill because you've done the puzzle. And that gives you confidence. And I like to say that cognitive confidence is really what it's all about. Trying new things and feeling that you do have the ability to do a word search puzzle or a crossword puzzle or a how many gourds puzzle. So what did you get?
Should I start from left to right?
Yeah, go left to right.
I have 5, then 3, then 7, 6, and 4, and I have 6 of the unique ones.
6 of the unique. I think there are actually 7 unique ones,
7?
but you did very well on
Alright.
counting them up. So see if you can find one more. And it's a little tricky because they're, different shapes. They're sort of squished down a little bit.
Right.
But I
I got
think
the same numbers, but I don't have the unique ones. What is unique?
there are some on here that don't have a pair, it's just one off. So see if you can find the ones that are just singles on here.
How do I get the same numbers and I don't find the one off? Makes no sense.
Did you find one more?
Still looking.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying. One.
Yeah, there are some that
Two.
don't, like the pumpkin thing on the top line. That's different from the other types of pumpkins. And some are smaller, and some
I found
are
it.
fatter. Some are different colors. For example, there's one that looks very much like the pink pumpkin on the end, but it's orange. So, yeah, very good.
I found them all.
You found them all?
Yep.
Well done.
You're brilliant.
We all have abilities, and sometimes one area of the brain needs a little bit more practice than others. So you'll find that some people, like I know Dawn is very good with some of our word games, and Freddie, I think you did very well on the mazes. You're pretty good on spatial stuff.
I found the 7 that are different. Wow,
Did
you know
you?
something? It wasn't until I looked at it that I realized that they were different.
Yeah?
Because I was only looking up. I still got the same numbers you got, but the differences I did not realize.
Yeah.
That's
So that's
unusual.
the power of observation. And it's encouraging you to look a little further. Because sometimes, even with puzzles, the obvious answer is not always the correct one.
Now, do you make these puzzles for people and places and things? Do you do this, or do you get this?
I curate some, I create some, but the puzzles that I create, the personal puzzles, are really fun. So if you had an event, or say I wanted to do it to commemorate or celebrate the Brooklyn Cafe show, you could give me maybe 25, 35 words. I will put those into a word search or into an anagram puzzle. So it's personalized. It makes a great gift for people, like for a birthday or an anniversary, where you can have meaningful things in the puzzle that are appropriate for that person or occasion. And they are fun, and I love to create those.
You know, it's so funny. In the morning show, we were talking about preparing yourself to work on Wall Street versus coming to work here.
Mm-hmm.
And they were telling me how they prepare themselves to work on Wall Street. They got to take, some of them, except for this guy, you got to take a couple of hours to get ready, psychologically.
40 minutes, though.
He did 40, but then he comes in here 4. But the object of the game here is when you come here, you take less time to prepare. So my point to that exercise was to explain to them that coming here where you have to be a creative should be more time consuming to get ready than going to work for somebody else where you have a controlled establishment where you have to perform.
Mm-hmm.
And I was taught that trick when I was young. When I was working selling trucks for Mercedes. And the guy said to me, when you get ready to come to work for me, make it your personal first and then coming to work for me. And I like these puzzles because if you open up a meeting with a puzzle, I think it will stimulate the mind and get it to a right frequency. And all of a sudden, now you have a meeting. You don't have a meeting when you start a meeting because everybody's like in another planet.
That's right.
You know, football teams have learned how to start the game before the game starts. That's what separates the great teams from the good teams.
I think that's why the crew likes to start the shows with a game.
Correct.
Get everyone on the same frequency, right? It's like before you go to a
Very
concert,
cool,
there's
yeah.
before the headliners, there's the opening act. Things to do for that.
And it makes you think.
Right.
I think it's stimulating. I think, they don't understand it yet because they don't really understand their bodies yet. You know, there are things going on with their bodies that they go, okay, this is supposed to happen. But just like I just found out the differences on the page, it took me a second look. I was just matching things.
Did you do this aboard the brain trainer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
no,
girls.
You did how many
Girds.
chords?
Yeah.
And Tony was very busy doing it.
Yeah.
He likes puzzles.
He did well.
It reminds me of what she's talking about back then when there's a daily newspaper. I don't think there's that anymore. There would be the crossword on it.
Yes.
So
the
I guess
jumbo.
people would eat breakfast and do their coffee, and while they're doing that, they'll do the crossword.
The jigsaw
Yeah.
puzzle.
Yeah, yeah.
That thing was hard. I couldn't do it.
And there's a jumble in the paper. They
Yeah.
still have them in the
Right.
newspapers. And also online, something that's very popular now is the game Wordle.
Yep.
Which a lot of people play, and we play against each other
Mhm.
or compare scores. And there's also a new one called Connections. Have you tried the New York Times Connections? It's where you have 4 sets of objects or ideas that are all in common, but you have to figure it out from a grid of 16 words, which 4 sets are the connections and why. So it's
Interesting.
good fun. I'll tell you, the more you do, the more you enjoy doing, because not only do you get better at it, but your confidence grows, and that really, honestly, is the key.
And people love to be stimulated. There was these mats they put when you go to the diner. You ever seen that? They're paper mats, and then the kids have colors on them.
Yeah, and tic-tac-toe
Tic-tac,
and all of
yes.
those kinds of games.
So I was telling Dawn, because I wanted to send it to JoJo's 2 restaurants she has now, and put on there the Brooklyn Cafe, and they have something for people to do, which has to be quick. You know, if it takes too much time, they're going to be turned off. And I said to JoJo, and the ones that do it, and they turn it in with their name and email, we'll send them something. if they do it. So you can actually make it
do
a
puzzle
business
for
thing.
you
Exactly.
to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's so many great things we can do, and maybe incorporating Judy into a weekly segment or something to do, especially now, right? Everything is
It's so
season
serious.
and high frequency, and Tracy just did my chakras. I'm good.
How
until-
was that? What
How
happened?
was it, Tracy? Can I show? Sure. My imbalance. Sorry.
She goes like this and like this and like this and
That's
like
my
this.
imbalance. Do you remember years ago, Lady Ann told me when I was so sick,
Yeah.
I needed to eat yellow foods for that chakra, and that yellow food is still out of whack.
So what are the two that are at 1, 2, 3 out of whack?
So we have energy sensors in our body. They all are at different frequencies. We measure energy in the body as joules. So different joules, different frequencies, and they inform.
Kennedy, put up Tracy, please.
They inform different emotions. They inform different organs. They inform different
A mic.
Microphone.
mental and psychological aspects.
You have a mic,
right?
Tracy?
Oh, sorry. A little tricky here.
Otherwise they
Why don't you
can't.
hold the computer?
There you go.
Yeah. There we go. So I can explain. Where's the camera? Let's show it
Over
to the
here.
camera.
In front of you.
There we go.
Over here.
So each energy center informs, over there, informs organs, informs wellness or illness, right? Now, this is not diagnostic. This is just giving us information about the field, what's happening in the field. So the crown, right, that's
The top one.
spiritually, it's our connection to God. But physically, it's hormone imbalances. It's pineal glands. You know, we have pineal glands in our brain that it is made with crystals. He's not here. Yeah,
You
but
can
he's
look at that
waiting
one
at
now.
Okay. Oh, perfect. This one, the sacral, is our reproductive organs. Just
Your reproduction is to your hand.
I got no
Right in your
reproduction
left
anymore.
wrist there.
well,
your wrist.
yeah. Well, think about it. Like it. So some of the here.
But it kind of goes with the hormonal imbalance in my brain,
Exactly.
which is, I told you, this over 55 stuff, that trying to get it all regulated.
Exactly. And what's cool
That's what
about
we're
this is
working
it
on.
gives us the physical aspects, the psychological aspects, the emotional aspects, the colors. The yellow girl, isn't
No,
that
hold
bad?
on. I'm interested in the very top one.
Mm-hmm.
What? I mean, that's not even on her.
It's
Yeah,
my
that's
brain.
so that's because Dawn has incoherent brain. Okay, Dawn lives in her brain.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hold it.
Okay.
Can you say that again, please?
Well, but think about it. She's managing like how many people, how many screens,
this?
how much information, family. Like there's a lot going on for her.
She's off the charts.
She is off the chart, literally.
Literally. A Christmas tree. Oh, Gracie. You gotta hear this. She's off. She's not even on the charts.
But
So
look,
some
my
of
thyroid
the
is perfectly in alignment, Freddie.
Of
well,
course
no,
it
it does
is.
say a little bit about thyroid, but the psychological aspects of this are spirituality, wisdom, enlightenment, self-actualization, unselfishness.
Yeah.
But then,
You know,
you seeing
unselfishness.
this? You make fun of me?
chocolate chart. You can go
You make fun of me? She's off the charts. But I gotta ask you,
Go ahead,
it's not even in the chart. She's like,
No, she's.
So what does that mean that she's so off?
So this side, so what happens is it gives us information from left and right side of the body. So because of where it is, that is her inner emotion side. Okay, that's not her external, her extrovert part. This is her internal. These are the things that are geared towards herself.
she's not on the chart.
She's not on the chart.
She's
so,
off the
So what
chart.
it says about functional manifestations are philosophical thinking, super consciousness, super intuition, unites the notion of reason, right? Figures of the mental body, transformation of thought into energy via linear brain activity. So there's just a lot happening in her brain.
We're going to do you next.
You're nuts. You're nuts.
Look, this is just information.
Oh,
This
no,
isn't
no, that is good
diagnostic.
information. TikTok it, TikTok it,
use that
TikTok it.
quick.
But what's cool about this is it gives you a 22-page report. So this is her biofield.
22 pages of crazy?
This is her biofield,
Oh,
okay?
okay.
So we won't go into this, but basically it's telling me where there are energy draws in her field, where there might be weaknesses in the energy, and it's drawing energy, and that's going to create weaknesses in other places, right? Because it's drawing so much energy in certain areas that there's going to be less energy in other areas. And what we really want is we want a balanced, cohesive energy
at
field,
this.
right? It'll give me biorhythms. What are good times of the month to make decisions for business, decisions for
Where is she today? Where's that line?
these lines?
Yeah, where's she right
Today's
now?
what, the 27th?
Let's see.
The end of the month?
Yeah.
You're nuts.
I told you this yesterday, right? But here is verified in my energy field. It's kind
Okay.
of cool though when
So
you see what
physically,
you, feel.
you are all the way at the bottom today, girl.
Making no decisions
All
today.
no, physically, your biorhythm is all the way.
Oh,
at the
yeah, she's
bottom
very
today.
physically
So I can tell.
bio
Maybe
out.
you've been telling me you're in pain in your neck. So we see that. Let's see.
Oh, I gotta do this.
Intellectually, you're almost at the top today.
Yeah, she's a smart brain, but let me tell you, she's out there. She's off the charts.
Yeah, we see.
We can honestly say she's out there.
And for people who don't understand, like to me, this makes perfect sense in energies, in energy flow, and where you hold them, like your mind and my solar plexus. It's always been that way. But people who don't understand, like Judy said, does this make sense to you? Perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm always in my head, right? We talk about this all the time. I
You're
make
out of
you
your head.
nuts.
You are so out of, you are like in another planet.
But Tracy can help balance this. So I said, what do you do with this information?
Yeah.
So what do you do with this?
So how I use this is depending on what I see. I can do massage. I can do energy healing. I can put people on a sound bed, a vibroacoustic sound bed. I can put people in the infrared sauna. Oh, we didn't talk about detoxing for the brain. That's a big deal. I can do things, and then we can rescan, and we can actually see changes in the energy field, changes in the energy centers.
So this is constantly moving.
Meditation, yes, we're fluid beings, right? We're energy.
So I'm going to go see Tracy either today or tomorrow, and then we'll rescan. How about that? And we'll bring you the before and after.
Listen, I got all the evidence I need.
It sounds like Freddie just wants to print it out to have it as
Yes,
proof.
I want to know. I want to make a banner. I
Well,
want to have a
I just want to say I have
40-footer.
permission to show this here, but that's about it.
Yes. Because
I want to. Let's take a commercial break. I want to do this.
All right, we're going to
I
take
want to know
another
how
commercial break.
nuts I am.
You're also, more to come on the other side of this commercial break. Stay tuned. We're going to see where Freddie's alignment is. We'll be right back.
You're nuts. I knew you were nuts. I knew it.
Detoxing for the brain. I have seen people.
What would you do if you had a broken bone? You'd go to the doctor and use your insurance, right? What would you do if you had a serious problem with drugs and alcohol? Most people do nothing until it's too late. Your insurance can help you get clean and sober with the assistance of a place like the Detox and Treatment Helpline. Many times treatment is fully covered, so why not use your insurance to treat your addiction problem just like you would if you had a broken bone? And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you're allowed by law to take off time from work, and your employer doesn't need to know the reason. So there are two good reasons. You've got insurance you can use for your addiction problem, and with the Family Medical Leave Act, it's completely confidential. Call us right now and save a life. Call 855-350-4504. That's 855-350-4504. Call 855-350-4504 now.
Hey travelers, everybody wants cheap airfares, but where can you find them? You call SmartFares. Our prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low they're not published anywhere. SmartFares specializes in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rentals, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, SmartFares can help you get there cheaply and with the best price guarantee. If you want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call us right now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these low rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the lowest rates available. So don't wait. Call SmartFares right now for the best price guaranteed. Save up to 50% off business and first class. We've got great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 855-828-0198. That's 855-828-0198. 855-828-0198.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Even if you've tried before and were unsuccessful in getting rid of your timeshare, call today and see if we can help. We offer a complete 100% unconditional client satisfaction guarantee. Make this completely free call and learn how we can help you legally put an end to your timeshare nightmare once and for all. You have nothing to lose, so call right now to qualify and receive a free consultation. You can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, but you've got to call now. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
Has your heater busted, computer crashed, appliance broken? Then you need ARW Home.
Life's been pretty worry-free since I got covered with ARW Home. Don't waste thousands of dollars on air conditioning, appliance repair, and replacements. Save that money with ARW Home. Protection plans that cover household appliances, systems, and electronics.
My air conditioning broke on a Sunday. I called ARW, and they came out and fixed it right away.
Get your free quote today. Call or go to arwhome.com now.
Attention firefighters. Did you use firefighting foam in your job? And then, did you develop cancer? Call our legal helpline right now and file your financial claim. Firefighting foam has been used for decades at airports and military bases. This foam has been linked to cancer. If you have cancer and you worked around firefighting foam, you may be eligible for financial compensation. Please make this free call now.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I love this. See? So you got yours, and you're all in alignment except your heart, because you give all this love. You give love, I give brain function. Together, we make a whole person.
Is that what it is? I give too much of my heart? Is that why I'm in left field?
You wear your heart on your sleeve. You give so much to everybody. You give a lot of love.
But that, my red dot is to the left. Yours was centered.
My heart was centered.
Centered, yes.
But my brain was to the
But
right.
your brain is to the right, and mine is to the left.
I don't know.
Yes.
No, I know, I saw it, but I don't know what that means.
That's the extrovert side.
That's the extrovert side
So
of you.
you're an extrovert?
No, you are.
I am. And you're an introvert?
I'm in alignment with my heart. I guess I am.
No, your
I
brain.
go both ways. My brain is.
A lot of what's going on is really personal. It's going on inside. It's not something you really see out here. It's like so much. It makes sense, right?
So my brain on the right means it's more internal. Your heart on the left means it's all the things you give
Yeah,
from
but
your
what
heart.
about my brain to the left?
Your brain is not. Your brain is in alignment.
No,
you
it
want your
wasn't.
brain
It was
to the
It
left?
was a little bit to the left.
Just a little to the left.
I'm a little
You're a
off.
little to the left.
I'm left and you're right, but you're way right and I'm a little bit to the left. I just want to understand what that means.
I don't know. I just
sent you the report.
She's going to send us the
We can sit
report.
and talk about it a little bit.
And if you
look, you got to remember, it's just information that it's collecting from your field.
I know, but now I feel my field needs looking after.
But then you can go to Tracy at Healing Moments, and she's located right here on Federal Highway, right near Spanish River, on the east side of the street. You can't miss it. always a beautiful spa. She's got infrared, she's got sound healing, she's got an infrared spa, beautiful massages, hot stone massages, anything you want, meditation, and it's just peaceful.
I remember that bed. She put me on that bed and I fell asleep, and they all went in there
Vibroacoustic.
and they made fun of me. They took pictures, and I remember that. I was out.
I'm going to be heading over there
Acoustic therapy
either
is
today or tomorrow.
So healing.
Judy's doing hers?
Yeah.
Did you do it already?
She did.
That was fast.
Look at Judy.
And speedy.
Oh, you know, Judy, you're such a.
Judy.
Oh, you're so
You're more
balanced,
balanced than
Judy.
us, for sure.
Judy's
You have
so
a little bit in the
balanced.
throat area. Do you have thyroid problems? Okay. So thyroid is our communication center. So people that talk too much have an imbalance. People that don't talk at all and are held back have an imbalance. The people that are held back and really hold things in, when I do coaching with people and that's the person they are, those are the people that ultimately will develop thyroid problems. Because there's an imbalance.
What about What about
Oh, yeah.
the green one to the right? What is
That's
that?
her heart. That's heart.
So what does that
So it
mean?
means-
It's to the right.
It means it's a little off balance. So that could be hurts. It could be anywhere. It could be emotional, psychological, or physical. Right? It's the introvert side, so it's close to her. It's not something that's obvious on the outside.
So mine's is the opposite. So mine's is an extrovert problem. I get an
No,
extrovert
I told you,
problem.
you just give too much of your heart away.
You know, this is a very interesting factor. You got to come and see
The
her.
funny thing is, no one would expect that from you.
Why? People are always bugging me in my heart.
I know, but the way you deliver it, they don't realize it's with love, but it's always, that's why I always say, you are much more, that's why Kenny calls you Love Ball Mush Ball, because you really are. You just deliver it in a different way
Yes, you are.
than other people.
No, but this is a disturbing factor externally going inwards.
It's
Her
not
and I have the
disturbing.
same.
So remember, everything affects your body. What you think, your body hears and feels everything you think and say. Your energy does, your physical
Judy.
body does. So
How do people get in touch with
be
you,
cognizant
Tracy?
about the things you say and do, right?
I need
How
more
we
training.
think and how we feel creates our reality and our life.
Agreed.
Right? So
Agreed.
Healing Moments, I'm at 3200 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton, which is just south of Spanish River. The website is healingmomentsboca.com. And our number is 561-931-2187. Come,
Now, when
give
you
us a call.
when you do yours, is all aligned?
Sometimes, not all the time. I'll show you mine.
And Judy, while we're pulling that up, how do people get you more information on the Brain Entertainer and hiring you?
Yes, thank you.
Jeez, Louise, give me a break.
I have a website which is www.braintertainer.com.
Scooch over there so that we can see you.
Okay.
There you go, perfect.
www.thebraintertainer.com. You can also get me at judy@braintertainer.com. That is a good email for me. And I do have an ebook that I would love for everybody to get. I think that we put the information there. It's the HTTP little website there. So that should
Yay.
get you to the ebook with top 10 tips.
More to come. Hopefully we're going to see more of Judy and more of Tracy as we wrap up the end of 2023, because we all need some more health, balance, brain functioning, brain health. Be a lot of fun.
If they mention the show, I'll give them a complimentary demo on the vibroacoustic therapy.
Wow, very
Oh,
nice.
cool.
Baxton, you should try that out. The vibroacoustic therapy.
Yeah.
Balance out
It's
Baxton.
music, you'll love it.
Oh God, yes.
All right, you ready to wrap this up?
Entertaining show. That
Happy
was
Friday, everyone. Just tell someone you love them, as Kenny would say. I just got news that someone I know, she just didn't wake up this morning. So very sad. Things just,
good. What?
I know. So all I can say is enjoy life, give someone a hug and a kiss, tell them you love them, and have a beautiful weekend. Stay safe, be kind, and we'll see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Broken Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.